Good evening, good evening. Looks like I have a little bit of a crowd here tonight. The pressure's on. No, my apologies for being however the hell minutes late that is. I was like starving. I laid down because I was hurting like hell. My chat keeps disconnecting. So I was tired as hell. I figured, I'll take a little nap. I was hurting. So I popped my back, twisted, popped my back a couple of times, and laid on the Bluton, and woke up. Well, Jen woke me up probably, that's pretty close to 7:45. She's like, you gonna do a show? Huh? So I woke up feeling 110% better than I did when I laid down. And I do this thing called listen to my body. And my body was screaming at me to eat. And, we had ate leftover chili earlier today. Then I made us some rice. Just some rice with a little bit of sugar in it. Well, okay, a lot of sugar in it. And we munched a bowl of that each. A little bit later on, I woke up from that nap. My body was saying, eat. It was screaming it. So I was shutting my body up, and now I'm here. So I saw a headline come out just a little bit ago, and not a fan. Not a fan. There's calls apparently to remove Biden. Use the 25th Amendment and remove him. And while that might sound all great and dandy for everybody, that would indeed put Kamala at the helm for even a short time. And I think it's a bad move to make on all accounts. Let me show you what the article says. Let me, tell you what I think, what my argument is with it. It says ex-U.S. General calls for urgent early removal of Biden, and it says retired U.S. Army Lieutenant General Michael Flynn has urged Vice President Kamala Harris to invoke the 25th Amendment to prevent President Joe Biden from sleepwalking into World War III after he allegedly permitted Ukraine to use attack missiles to strike deep inside Russian territory. Now hold up. Are we supposed to believe that Biden's actually been calling the shots? Because I'm pretty sure that all of us are beyond that. And so I have to look at it and just say, well, if we already know that there's somebody else other than Biden that's actually calling the shots, then why would we go through all of this bullshit just to pretend like, oh, it's somebody different now? Rebel, I agree with you 110%, man. I mean, there's a couple months left. Just let him sleepwalk his way through it, right? The only way you are going to stop our nation from quote unquote sleepwalking into World War III is by getting the military-industrial complex to knock it off. Because they're the ones running the show. Funny how this stuff kind of comes full circle, doesn't it? I mean, RFK Jr. is, going to be a part of the administration. And, some of the very, very things that his uncle, I believe, right? Uncle wanted, some of the very things his uncle wanted are actually taking place now. Are said to be going to be taking place. I have to say that because it hadn't happened yet. I really do think they need to leave him. Leave him be. Just As far as what to do with the military-industrial complex, I don't know. You know, I sat there and I thought about this Alex Soros character, and I literally did ask myself. Apparently, I didn't want a good answer. I literally just asked myself, well, why doesn't Putin, like somebody like Putin, just take this piece of crap out? I mean, come on. Is it really that hard to get to him? It might be, I don't know. It might absolutely be that hard to get to him. But you're talking about very, very, very evil people. Did Charles Manson actually kill anybody? I honestly don't know. I don't think he did. If I go from what I recall, he just convinced other people to do the killing. And I don't see it much different. Whether it be Raytheon or Charles Manson, I don't see it much different. And it goes beyond that step, too. And people that just run at the chance of killing an unborn child. There's evil. Evil. I watched a few different videos today that was showing that there's a little bit of like a reversal from some of these just insane left news not channels, but shows and stuff. You know, the Morning Joe as an example, and there are others that seem to want to all of a sudden tone down the rhetoric a little bit. And, well, that's what they say. See, they like to play this game. They like to just identify, right? Like with this using U.S. missiles, and of course UK missiles, and I believe France is giving them the go-ahead, so tonight's probably going to be French missiles. I wonder if there'll be like French ticklers or something. But tonight, maybe not that enjoyable, even though they might be French missiles. You know, and the United States wants to identify as innocent. That's what it seems like to me. Oh, well, we didn't do it. Ukraine was the one that launched it over. We didn't do it. I'm pretty sure that Putin's tired of that mindset. Oh, we didn't do it. So, we'll see. I think it largely, the deal with Russia and Ukraine, I think it largely deals with how many missiles between now and the end of it get launched over there. And this is a big and, if any of them really make an impact, and I don't mean that just literally, I mean it figuratively too. Crazy. So, let me look back through real quick, because I didn't have any articles up to speak about other than that one that I just closed that I needed the window open for the show. But it's okay. I can open a new window just as easy. That's the advantage of Streamlabs over when I used Wirecast. Wirecast, I'd be screwed. I'd have to shut down the entire program just to be able to bring a browser window back in if I closed it. Let's see. Nord Stream saboteurs linked to CIA, says Spiegel. Duh. Bitcoin record highs again. News was a little kind of, I don't know if I want to use the word slow, but yet kind of slow today. Israel's planning to annex the West Bank, says Seymour Hersh. The West is using bot farms to spread fake information about Russia. I don't know. I don't know. Do they do things like that? 100%. A lot, actually. I don't know. I don't hang out in social places a whole lot. I don't. I even have a Discord open, like literally all day, from the time I get up to the time I go to bed. It's always on. Over here on the right-hand side, I'm on my screen. I do have a Discord. The Watchman News does have a Discord. I think I got it called SimGame It right now. Yeah, I do. It's gone back and forth from the Watchman News to SimGame It. So I've got it listed as SimGame It right now. And I really don't, I don't even go into my own server like ever. I just never look because there's nothing ever in there. But I'm a member of Siberius, I think it's how it's pronounced. 0351. It's like a gaming group on Discord. So we on Fridays he does what they call Friday night flights, and we all go into VTOL VR and blow a bunch of stuff up. It's kind of fun. So anyway, I always got Discord up, but I chatted with Serb and some of the people in the server a little bit earlier, but I very, very rarely speak. I'm not a social person. I don't see, though. Maybe it's because I'm not. I'm not seeing something I would just immediately go and say, okay, that looks like it's bots. So, I could be wrong. Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay, let me take a look to see if there's anything else. I'm just kind of looking at the headlines real quick. I know there was a bunch of stuff, but I can't remember it. Oh, yeah. The broken cables. The internet data cables. Well, they tracked a ship down that they think's responsible, and it's a Chinese ship. A cargo ship. And, I don't know, they kind of made it feel, howdy, Tracy. They kind of made it seem like, the media, how do you even, blue media, red media, is that how we do that now? The blue media, especially the blue media, is really trying to spin it that, this is something that was done intentional, and I'm not saying that it wasn't. I'm not saying anything either way. Yeah, Blue's, she's doing alright. She's still got her ears all swollen up and stuff. And who knows, that might take months and months to go down. But, she's doing better, for sure. So, just waiting for the, the tissue to absorb the rest of that, the blood that's in her ear. So, doesn't really seem to bother her too much. She's still just as ornery as ever, and she's been a pain in my butt the last few days. My goodness. She somehow got it decided that she tells me when it's time to eat. And that's not working so hot. She's not dealing too well with time change, though. That's what it boils down to. Because she really starts hitting me up to eat at that hour before normal. So, the time change is something she's not adjusting to. Let's see. She eats more than she's supposed to. I give her food 3 times a day. She gets a cup and a half of food each time. And then there's all this snacking on bread throughout the day because God forbid I run out of cinnamon bread in this house. Anyway, news. I'm here for news. Uh, um, let's see. Russia is considering seizing some assets that are owned by the West. You know, kind of in reply for the West selling some of Russian assets and giving the money to Ukraine and whatever else they did with it. Okay, and I said that Ukraine fired UK Storm Shadow missiles. Like I say, tonight, I honestly do. Tonight, I expect there to be French missiles. I think they're going to make a big thing out of it, kind of. It's so dumb. Let's see. I guess Russia had a mega gas pipeline going to China. That's been completed for now until it blows up. Germany knew in advance about Nord Stream attacks, says media. I would not doubt it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. United States is sending more cluster type anti personnel mines, which are banned by treaty. Although, again, I will make the claim that the United States is identifying as innocent because they never signed that treaty. Although Ukraine did. Let's see. Okay, that was catching up the headlines from RT. I was just kind of pulling down my little tab and looking at what headlines were mentioned there. Other than that, I can take a peek on local. God, I hate to do this. Look on U.S. mainstream media. My eyes are probably going to go bad on me or something. Might get turned liberal. Let's see. I don't know what's going on with Nvidia. I've been seeing them a lot in the news lately. A lot in the news. Oh, apparently we reopened our embassy in Kiev. I don't know how that's pronounced. I'm gonna say okay. I'll find out. I'll ask. By the way, the thumbnail tonight was brought to you by ChatGPT. I thought it did a really incredible job. I thought it did an incredible job. Although we had to battle back and forth a little bit. Okay. Oh. Kiev. That's how you pronounce it. Kiev. Well, I mean, because that's how it has it. Hang on, I'll show you. Google. That's all I got to do to bring up a new window if I close it. See? Kiev. Alright, everybody all at once. Kiev. Okay, now we've said it right. We can forget how to say it and look it up again next time. I closed the damn window again. Anywho, back to Reuters. I guess I could have actually brought that up. Hang on. Google. Reuters. Let's see here. I don't know if there's anything. Trump likely to pick John Hopkins surgeon. COVID mandate critic Macri for FDA. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is kind of crazy. That storm that hit the Northwest. Forgot to mention that. That was kind of crazy. I don't know how they're doing at this particular moment in time, but man, they got battered. They got battered. I don't know what else. I'm scared to check this one. Oh, yikes. I guess Jay Leno fell down a hill. Bruised himself up pretty bad. That's not fun. I'm not seeing. Biden administration is trying to throw a Hail Mary to save the Colorado River before Trump takes over. What's Trump gonna do to the Colorado River? That's so retarded. Oops, I said the banned word. I don't care, that's retarded. Biden administration is swimming against the current. Doesn't that sound so cute? To get 7 western states to agree to divvy up the Colorado River's water in a way that it would protect the river basin and the West's largest single water source, and do it before President-elect Donald Trump takes office, according to a source familiar with negotiations. It's a Hail Mary to save the lifeblood of the West on President Joe Biden's watch and create a sustainable plan to provide drinking water for tens of millions of people, irrigate America's crops, and power homes and industry in the years to come. But getting all states and stakeholders to agree in just 2 months how much water they could be entitled to for decades is extremely doubtful, if not impossible, multiple sources involved in the negotiations told CNN. Biden administration's long-shot goal is the latest move in a water showdown that has simmered for years between states as the West becomes more arid and its water-guzzling population explodes. So, let me tell you what I think is the truth behind this. Because I think there's a truth that they're not being forthcoming about. And I think what they are doing is I think that they are picking and choosing who gets the thank you money from those big-ass water companies that want to suck all the water up out of our lakes and streams, bottle it up and sell it. I think the Democrats want to be in charge of who gets the thank you money from that, for one. And then let us not forget that they're trying really hard to figure out where all that they can put these fusion centers with these big massive computer systems that need a pretty hefty water supply to keep cool. So, we'll see. Like I said, like the article says, that's true. The chances of them being able to come up with something over the next couple of months is going to be kind of hard to do, because you got a lot of people that want to put their hand in the pot, you know. So we'll see on that. Let's see. I wish War News 24/7 was still open, but it's not. Oh, read an article about a doctor I thought was kind of messed up. So apparently this doctor, where in the hell was he from? Missouri? I think? I'm not sure. I read about it this morning. Apparently this dude walks around his office naked. And he's a naturist or whatever. And so he's always walking around, and supposedly the reason why he's in trouble is because there was security camera footage of him at his office, his practice, walking through the hall naked between patients' rooms, and then, it didn't say what kind of an act, but performed a sex act with one of his co-workers, one of the women there. But he walked right up into the receptionist area and everything. I guess stark naked. I don't know. I didn't go watch the video myself or nothing. But I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Hang on. Okay, let me click news. Let me see if I can. Okay. Why did I say Missouri? Blytheville, Arkansas. Blytheville, Arkansas. Crazy, 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 crazy. Here's an article from Daily Mail on it. Horrifying moment, perverse doctor is caught naked on camera performing sexual acts in front of colleagues at his practice. Oh, yeah, Arkansas, Blytheville. Absolutely mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. He has had his license suspended, his license to practice. They have to be careful with this stuff, because there are doctors, and I don't know how they do it, but they'll just go to another state. They'll get their license suspended in one state, and they'll just go to another state. I don't know how they can get away with it, but they do. I know that was a very popular thing that was being done with the doctors that were becoming addicts to different types of medicines and stuff, like painkillers and whatnot. They get busted, they just go to another state. So, kind of messed up. Wow. Why are my windows not? Oh, because I brought up Daily Mail. Hang on. I gotta wait until it lets me close it. Stupid ads. And I do run an ad blocker, and I think it's the combination of the ads and the ad blocker that gives me problems. As soon as I can get it closed, it'll straighten up. And that's sad, folks. That's what they're doing to your computer. See, it's all good now. Although I'm way behind on the video here. There we go. Hit the live button. Yeah, now we're all caught up. It's all good. But yeah, I saw that article this morning. Oh, yeah, this is another thing. Russia, I know I'm jumping all over the place. Russia is apparently going ahead and moving some of their nuclear weapons and stuff like that forward, which is not a good sign. So we'll see how that works out. I really think that it 110% depends on how many missiles that Ukraine tries to throw it at Russia, and whether or not any of them cause significant damage. Because, hey, if they throw one over there that causes significant damage, that could be enough to piss Putin off. I think Putin's trying to kind of hang in there until Trump can get in office. At the same time, I don't think he's going to sit back and sit by while he's humiliated, because NATO thinks that they can get away with it. I don't think they can. And I do think that if they keep up, Putin's going to do something to make a point. And it's going to go far beyond the financial stuff that they're going to do. Going to go far beyond that. I think at first he'll maybe keep it to Ukraine. Reach out and hit a military base or so in another neighboring country. I absolutely wouldn't put it past him. So that's something to definitely keep mindful of. I don't know that I have anything more. Anybody's got any questions about stuff going on? Feel free to ask. That's kind of the difference on this show from anything that I've ever done before. This is much more of a interactive kind of show. And I know Jen's been talking with Tracy. I've been letting them chat. And, but I haven't been much paying attention to it. But that's what this show hopefully is a little bit more geared towards, is actually having a chat with you guys. Not just a strict schedule of rigid news and blah blah. I don't want to do that. I want something a little bit more interactive. So again, if anybody's got any questions on news or preparedness or anything, feel free to ask. I think we're still in the same spot that I've been saying. You don't worry yourself about any of this. Just don't let it worry you. And like I've said, the time to worry is when you've got the emergency broadcast alert going off on your phone, as an example. Other than that, just make sure you're working toward being ready to respond, just like I've said. It's all we can really do realistically. Worrying isn't going to help. It ain't going to do anything. If you need to have a little bit of worry to be motivated to get stuff done, well then, so be it. But don't let it really affect you emotionally. And definitely don't let it affect loved ones. So, other than that, just be blessed for each and every day and try to take just another step somehow in being more ready. Because this could go ugly. And I do want to make a point about something. Even if nothing stupid serious kicks off and Trump gets in at the helm, I'm not 110% confident they don't have something up their sleeve to get Trump to commit to war himself. And I'm not talking about with Ukraine and Russia. I'm talking about in the Middle East. While Trump's not much of a Russia hawk, he's not much of a China hawk, he's not much of a North Korea hawk, He does have a tendency to be an Iran hawk. And so, if he's got a weakness in that regard of being able to convince him to be involved in a major global conflict, I would say that would probably be in the Iranian direction. So, we still need to kind of keep an eye on stuff. I think they've already kind of tried to set the stage for it a little bit with all this. Oh, they've got, assassins in the country looking to get you. And I'm not saying that they didn't have assassins in the country. I'm not so certain those assassins were meant for Trump. And in fact, they've come out and said they're not. They're meant for, I can't remember. I think Mark Milley's one of them, I think. I'm not positive, and I can't remember. There was another name they were throwing out there, too. We still got to watch for false flags and whatnot. We have to understand that just because the deep state may not control Trump, they may not control many of the people he appoints, they do still control Israel. Or at least are a part of. However that works out, they're still involved with Israel. And so all it would take would be one false flag. And they could probably convince Trump pretty easily to go in. So just my thoughts on that, something we want to keep an eye on. And I just want to make a point that the big war, the biblical war, doesn't start in Ukraine. It starts in the Middle East. So, by no means are we without threat, I guess you could say. We still got to keep our eyes peeled and remain vigilant. Especially when it comes to that one particular topic. Because I do think that's the one way that they could possibly convince Trump to go to war. I think they could do it with Iran. Let's see. Let me do a refresh here. I'll make sure there's nothing big, and I might shimmy on out the door. I know I started late, but I don't have much to... I'm not here to fearmonger people or anything like that. I just I wanted to come keep people up to speed on what's going on. Have you, I don't know how to word it. No ulterior motive view at the news. Let's see. I don't see anything else. Crypto, one more quick note. Crypto did hit, I guess, another record this morning. Another one. So, that's pretty telling stuff. I sure wished I knew where, though. I've got a little over 2 cryptos somewhere. I have no idea. It's been over a decade. I couldn't even tell you which wallet it was with. I just know that I got an email, and for opening up my wallet, they were giving me a Bitcoin, one full Bitcoin. This was, again, over a decade ago. They were like less than $1. They gave me a Bitcoin, and then I did something. I don't know if it was shared their thing or what. I don't know, but I got a second Bitcoin. So I had a total of 2 Bitcoin, And then I earned a little bit. I can't remember how, but I earned a little bit, and so it was like 2 point something Bitcoin. I have no damn clue of who the wallet was with or anything. And it probably involves some type of a long ass pass key or something like that for me to get. I'm pretty sure it does, because I'm pretty sure I remember having to save a copy of that. Now, whether or not I have that pass key, there is a possibility, but it's a pretty dark one. When my family split up and stuff, I had the computer that I had that entire time, but I had a hard drive go bad on me. And so I lost a lot of data that I did have. And then afterwards, oh wow, that's awesome, you've got a Bitcoin. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, it's like, I think like 90,000, over 90,000 now or something. Well, it have to be, because it was like 90,000 when that set a record, I don't know, a week or two ago. And they said it hit another record this morning, so it had to be over 90,000. I wished I could figure out how to get a hold of mine. We'd have a homestead so damn fast. That's the first damn thing I would do. Find me a piece of property. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Peeked over at Facebook. Yeah, I would do anything to know where the hell my Bitcoin is. How to access it. I wouldn't keep it. I'd sell it the moment I could find it. Get to it. Like, that's what I would do. I'd get me a homestead. I'd buy some land. Let's say I got it $180,000. I'd find me some land. I'd probably try to find me to be honest, just a mobile home that's in great shape that I could tow out there and have put in place until I could build something or work with getting something built. But that's probably what I would do. Spend the money to buy the land, have a well put in, buy a solar system, because I would absolutely be off-grid. And buy if it need be, a used mobile home in good shape. Have it drug out there, and heck yeah, in a heartbeat. But I don't see anything else, so I think I am going to hop off of here for tonight. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow night to close up the week. And we'll talk to you then. So I hope everybody has a good night. Just hang in there. Don't worry yourselves to death, but always be prepared. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one, folks. Shalom.